What's up? What happening to me? I'm back in here. Y'all, welcome back to Diamond the Gym, the biggest. I already know. Y'all, I literally been dying to do horror stories about like working in the hospitality industry. Like I told y'all, I am going to do a series. Like I've been dying to talk about this. So my first one, and I think anybody that knows me know I probably already done told them this story, but I just gotta tell y'all this story. And it's not like no horror story as in like, oh my god, spooky, scary, but on some like just crazy, like, so this day I was working at the hotel. This was my very first time working into hotels, by the way. And I was at the hotel working for about a good like 9 months, for real, like a good 9 months. Wasn't even a full year yet. And I remember, you know, just working at the front desk. You know, I'm a quick learner, so I was on it. Like I already knew what to do. I used to work a lot of night shifts, so 3 to 11. So anybody that work or know that 3 to 11 shift, nobody likes that shit. Like nobody fucks with a 3 to 11. And this day, it was like going into the weekend, and days that I always work was really Fridays and Sundays, like if I could remember, but I know Sundays for sure. Long story short, just working at the front desk, or anybody that knows about working in the hospitality industry in the front desk, or the hotel I should say, you have a checklist. And the checklist, basically you're checking off everything that needs to be done as far as the register, checking the reservations, if everybody paid, things like that, right? Excuse me. And there's this thing called high balance. I don't know how it works at all the other properties, because I've worked for 2 of the biggest brands in the world, like hotel wise. I'm not gonna say their name because I ain't got no money and I ain't trying to get sued. So that being said, work for these 2 big companies and everything. And like I said, it was cool. It was cool. Had fun and everything, like working with a group of people that was all young. Like it was a vibe. Especially shout out to my girl Sierra. My girl hired me. I had no experience in the hospitality, and she was like, I like you. Like just won her over in our interview, and still today we are really good friends. That's my girl. Love you. But yeah, like I said, I used to work in the weekends a lot. And let me just say this as well, because I feel like people get this misconstrued, and I learned about this working in the hospitality industry. Authorization and a charge is 2 completely different things. A charge is when it's posted on your account, like it's posted and no longer says pending. It says the date, where it came from, everything like that. Authorization will be where it says pending, where yes, they taking the money out because it's a hold. They're holding it. So at any time, if you were to, okay, I want my money back, or whatever the case may be, and this is at any place, I'm not just saying in hotels, I'm just making this example because people just act like, oh, my car got charged, especially the people that don't travel. You can tell who travel and who don't. So I say all that to say, yes, it's a big difference. So like I said, it was a normal little weekend, just a vibe, whatever. And me and one of my colleagues was working together. We just gonna call her Stacy. Me and Stacy was working together as we always do at nighttime. And these young guys had came in, 3 black young males, and one of them had locks and whatever, you know, the normal how people try to stereotype, oh, he looked like a hood nigga. Baby, I'm from the hood, so I know how that shit work. But yeah, I don't like to judge, because like I said, that's where I'm from, and I know how it feels sometimes when you tell a person where you from, or sometimes how you look, and it's like, oh, you from here? Oh, you... Please, okay? I don't have to be a product of my environment. But let's get back to it. So all in all, like I said, it was a normal little Friday, chill day, whatever. So if you've been to a hotel, you know you could do like the e-check-in, which is like contactless. So you can use like your key on your phone, like you can check in on your phone, but they're gonna do that pre-authorization. So you will get declined and not be able to use your e-check-in or your e-card if that money for that amount for that room isn't, you know, charged, right? Okay, cool. And another thing, let me also say, incidental fee is not it's a deposit, but it's not a charge for, oh my god, if you break anything in the room. That's a whole nother charge if you break some shit in them people's room. That is something completely different. Incidental fee is if you make any charges to your room, as far as room service, make any phone calls, parking, any other extra charges that's not included in your room and tax. You know, that's what incidental is for. Anything as far as breaking the TV, breaking the lamp, that's a different charge, and you got to deal with the manager, boo. That is not no incidental. That's not that. Please, I'm so tired of people saying that. But okay, back to what I said, normal day, whatever. So these guys used the e-check-in. They did the e-check-in. Of course, they ain't got to come to the front desk because they did a contactless. And also, too, I can't just go up to somebody and say, hey, you supposed to be staying here, da, 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 da. You cannot do that. We don't know who in the hotel for them. We don't know if they mom and dad. We don't know, right? That's cool. So we let that fly, whatever. And like I said, we barely seen them. Like, we barely seen them around the hotel. Like, they barely was walking around. I seen them once at the pool, like, later that night. But they was, like, vibing, like, chilling. You know what I'm saying? So, fast forward Saturday, one of the guys finally come. Two of them actually came to the front desk. And they got, like, a Gatorade and a soda. They charged you to the room. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Normal, whatever. Cool. And they were, like, in and out of the hotel that day on Saturday. Like, in and out, vibing, whatever. So, now we're going until Sunday. Sunday comes and we see them at the bar. We did have a full kitchen, like a full staff kitchen. And one of the bartenders, we're gonna call him Lee. We're gonna call him Lee. Lee was cool as fuck. Like, I fuck with Lee. He was a Gemini too. Like, Lee was cool as fuck. And we had a full kitchen along with the bar. So we had food like steak, salmon, full boxes of pizza, chicken salads. Like, we had a full kitchen, Lord. We had a full kitchen, baby, because I used to be eating that shit for free. Like, I don't want that discount. I want it for free. For free ski. I used to be eating it for free. But yeah, all in all, you know, Sunday come, like I said, and we see them at the bar, but again, not paying no attention, doing our regular routine, our regular, you know, what we need to do, our task. So they order food or whatever. So Lee gets my attention and like, hey, you know, come over here. So I'm like, all right, bet. Lee, on his register and our computer, what we have at the front desk, we can't see the same thing. So when he's ringing people up, they can only tell him their room number. They don't necessarily need to tell them the name or anything like that. They don't need to do all that, because it's like, you just need my room number, you finna charge it to my room. We can see it once Lee adds it on his register. It'll pop up on our end and we can see the room number, the name, da da da, what they got, right? Cool. So he brings it to my attention like, hey, I'm not trying to, you know, he basically, because he knows I'm black and Lee is white, and Lee was just kind of like, you know, I don't want to make it a big deal. I'm not trying to stereotype or whatever, or, you know, point people out. But these three young black males, they came down, they ate food, and they had, like, they spent almost $150 worth of food, and it's only three of them. I'm like, okay. So he's like, they came back another 45 minutes after they ate. After they didn't finish, I'm gonna say, not ate. After they first ordered, they came back down. So, like, say for example, they came down like 7. They came right back down around 7:45, eating again. And again, the hotel's busy. It's so much going on in the hotel. So we at the front desk, we're not looking at that, but a lot of things comes to our attention because it's like we have the access to this person's contact, so we can see who is who. And if we check them in, we can kind of map out like, oh yeah, I know this person, I seen them with this, I seen them with that. And when they first came in, I didn't really get a good look at all of them. I did see two of the guys, one of the guys with dreads, and the other guy, he had hair too, but his hair was kind of covering him, but you could still see his face a little bit, right? So again, he brings it up and whatever. So I'm like, what? So he's like, yeah, they ran up a bill right now. They bill almost like $300, $350. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he like, yeah, for 3 people. So in my head, I'm still not thinking it's nothing. But sometimes, and y'all know, my black people, y'all know, sometimes our people just embarrass us. They just take it there. So it's like, when situations like that happen, it does raise eyebrows, because it's like, these people can be scammers. These people can be scammers. So I'm like, dang, I don't want to, you know, call them out as scammers. Let me go and go check our computer and let's see what's going on. So I go back over to Stacy, and I'm telling Stacy about it, and she's like, what? So we have this thing called high balance on one of our tasks that needs to be done. It has to be done every day, morning and night, specifically in the morning, because if you travel, you know, at the end of your trip, you always pay for all your expenses and everything at the end. Like, yes, it's a hold on your car, but anything extra is not included into that hold and all that. You pay whatever extra if you want to pay cash card, da da da. So, excuse me. I tell her, and she's like, what? So I'm like, let me just check out the high balance, because I'm one person, I'm not gonna be here tomorrow, and I don't want to text on my phone saying, oh, why you there? I don't want to hear that shit. So let's just check. So then we check, and we see these people owe us almost $400. So the person that was going to come in the morning was going to have to run into that, and it would have to get charged off by the manager. And when it get charged off, it goes to the higher up and all that, and they be mad as fuck because they're losing out on money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what the fuck? They owe us all this money. Like, what the hell? Like, nobody was seeing this shit. So we start calculating and everything, and we realized they had just enough money for their room, but with that room service, they was overdoing it. They started ordering out the ass, like overdoing it, just ordering. Fucking shit up. So I'm like, okay, what we gonna do about it? Because I don't want to wait in the morning. So she like, you know what? I'm finna call up there. Now, Stacy is a hothead, and my girl is a Haitian, so she with it. Like, yeah, wasn't that what happened in twin? She with it, okay? So I'm like, okay, what we gonna do, Stacy? So Stacy like, I'm finna call up there. She calls up there. Hi, this is Stacy from the front desk. I'm just letting you guys know that you have a balance when you get a chance from another 30 minutes to an hour if you can make your way down, and we can settle this balance so you're good to go in the morning. They're like, all right, bet, da, 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 da. So we listening because we in the back office. We put it on speaker. And at nighttime, like I said, it was things going on, but it was pretty chill. Because we had a back office where we got a camera, so we can go in the back and we can see whoever walking up to the desk, and they can't see us because we're sitting in the back unless we actually come out that door. So, we sitting back there, we got them on speaker. So I'm like, okay, they gonna come down. So we gonna be good. They ain't no scammers. We ain't gonna put that name on it, put that out there just yet. Okay, hour goes by. So she like, I'm gonna call him again. She calls him again. And this time it's quick. Like, she's like, hey, he's like, yeah, man, I know, da, da, da. I'm like, damn, okay. Click, boom. At this point, I'm like, I don't know. We just should leave it alone. We should just tell the manager, tell the room number. Because let me tell you something. When it comes to me, I ain't losing my life about shit. Especially about no other business, company, money. Baby, take it all. Take some for me, matter of fact. Take it all. Baby, don't kill me. Here you go. You can have my phone, matter of fact. Like, I'm not losing my life over senseless things like that. Like, I'm not that, oh my God, work hard. I'm not that. I'm not going hard about nobody business but mine. So, that happened, and they just, you know, did that quick hang up. So at this point, she calls Lee, and she's like, oh, Lee, you gonna come up with me to the upstairs? I want to see what's going on. Now, mind you, Lee cool as fuck. Lee just kind of going with the flow. He ain't looking for no problem, but he want to make sure he's straight on his end too, because it's like, he just knew it raised a lot of eyebrows. Like, these guys overly eating. I don't know if you're gonna be that high in the world to eat within the next, from 7 to 7:45, and you eat, y'all ordering salmon, full boxes of pizzas, like y'all ordering full course meals, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just it wasn't adding up. So, which is why he brought it to our attention. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So she's like, okay, Lee, you gonna go up there with me, da da da. So Lee like, all right, bet, let's go. So I'm like, we should call the police, because we don't know what they're capable of. So she's like, I'm gonna call the police, and me and Lee gonna go up there. So I'm like, okay. So she called the police, and again, I'm just here. I'm just standing here. I'm not doing nothing extra. I could have called the police, but she beat me to it. So she calls the police. She tells the police what's going on, and she da 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 da, this going on, this and that. And just for some reason in this area, police took forever to fucking come. Like, they always took forever. Now, if you've been in the Brickell area, how this hotel set, it's set like at the very end of Brickell. So I forgot to point this out. It's set at the very end of Brickell, and it's just an underpath with a light that once you go past that light, that separates Brickell going into Coral Way. If you're from Miami, you know. So this hotel sits at the very end. It's like that last little place that you could go to run and use the bathroom, get a glass of water, do anything like that. It just sits right there as if it's a gas station, but there's no gas station. So it's just that hotel, and the rest is like condos and houses until you get in the Brickell City Center area, like in the middle where everything is. And that's why a lot of things at that hotel happened, because we didn't have security. It was like every man for them fucking selves. Like, you by yourself, you by your lonely. And let me just say, my general manager who worked there, she was a young lady. How much we just gonna call her Gigi? Baby, Gigi wasn't coming to that hotel for nothing in the world. That hotel had to be burnt to crisp. If you called her and said it's on fire, she's still not coming. Is it burnt to crisp? Is it burnt to crisp? Is it burnt down? That's the only way she was coming. She's not coming to that hotel under any circumstances if it's not her shift. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be that type of manager, but that ain't me, because I'm showing up to my business and making sure my shit's straight. But all in all, like I said, that hotel just sat at the end, so it was just like that designated spot where anybody could just walk in and just do whatever. I'm gonna buy a soda. I'm finna sit here till I cool off. I'm finna come in here with my kids and my scrub. Like, it was just like a madhouse. And it's like, slowly after before I started to leave, I learned that hotel that building, I should say, was there for a very long time, and it used to be a psych ward, and it just made so much sense how shit used to happen all the time. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's why some of the crazy people still here. Gotta be, because the shit just was happening. So, like I said, back to the story. What did I say? Lee and Stacy went upstairs to go check it out. We called the police. Police, you know, take it forever to come. So once Lee, she FaceTiming, Lee and Stacy's upstairs, and Stacy is FaceTiming me, and she's showing me, like, so I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? So she like, girl, nothing, they not answering. So she knocking. And I'm like, we have a key fob, which is like a universal key where you can open all the rooms in the hotel. And I told them, like, don't open the room yet until the police come, because we don't know what these guys are capable of. And let me also announce, we have balconies. We have balconies in majority of the whole hotel. We had balconies all over, right? So police finally get here. Stacy and Lee is downstairs at the front desk with me. We're telling the police, so the police is like, they ready. Like, they ready. And they was like, they ain't have their guns drawn just yet, but it gave that vibe, like, they trying to kill somebody. They trying to shoot somebody. And all of this is blowing my mind, because I'm like, we about to go home at 11 o'clock. At this point, it's 9 o'clock. Like, why are we dealing with this? I just want to go home. My off day tomorrow, which is Saturday. I mean, Monday. I don't want to deal with this. So Stacy again goes up with the police, and the police got his gun out, whatever, and she's FaceTiming me again. And this all happened like from when her and Lee went from another 15 minutes, like after 15 minutes later is when the police came, and then they went up and did it again. And the police was kind of like, oh, open the door, we gonna kick the door, all this stuff, they normal what they say, announcing themselves. And Stacy was like, you want me to open the door now? He's like, yeah. She opens the door with the key, and the people are gone. And all you can see is like the blind, not the blinds, but like the sheer little things just flying, because like I said, we had balconies. These people jumped off the balcony. We had 5 floors now. They were on 4. They jumped off the fucking balcony. Like, and they left everything in there. Like, they had some of their stuff, and I believe that they kind of left when Lee and Stacy first went up there, not when the police came. I feel like they've been left, because it was no noise. Like when her and Lee went, it was like a little rambling and stuff like that. But other than that, it was nothing else after that. So I'm like, they've been jumped. You know what I'm saying? And then the next morning, we found one of their hair scarves or something in the grass, because how the hotel set was, the pool set in the middle. The pool set right in the middle, and the building it's facing. So you have the right side, the left side, and the other 2 sides, and the pool just sits rectangular in the middle, right? So you have bushes around the pool as well. So if you looking down on your balcony, or if you jump down on your balcony, you can see, and they jump like in the bushes or whatever to hold their fall or whatever. And they found like some flags, like some hair scarf, flags, whatever you want to say, bandanas, I'm talking about bandanas in the grass, right? That was the next morning. So in there they found like, when I say badass olive green leather MCM bag, like that shit was like chef's kiss, and it had like a gold trimming, like a gold like locket and everything, where you can lock and zip. Oh my god, yeah, that bag was nice as fuck. And when you find stuff at the hotel, or at our hotel, you have up to 30 days. Like, you gotta wait 30 days till the people claim it. I'm like, the police was involved. These people are not coming back for this bag. They not coming back, and they didn't have no car, because every time they were in and out the hotel for that last day, or that Saturday I should say, they were getting out of like Ubers, or like they were walking up to the hotel. So it's like, nah, y'all don't got no car for real. So that happened, and they found that bag, and what they found in the bag and on the desk, and if you've been in a hotel, all hotels got a desk along with a computer chair, whatever, like a desk chair, whatever. It was a list of names and names and names, with addresses, with zip codes, all type of shit. They found credit cards and that shit. Like, it was crazy. It's like, y'all certified. But what really made them certified, a full money counter. A full ass money counter they had on the fucking desk. Like, it's like they had to set up shop when they got in the hotel. They set up shop all the fucking way. They had the money counter, they had the papers all, everywhere. They had credit cards, and I'm seeing all of this from Stacy's phone. Like, she's like this and everything, and the police just looking around, they checking, and there was 2 police that went up with Stacy, and I'm like, oh my god, like my mouth is like literally on the ground, like, oh, what the fuck. they were living above us, doing all this shit. That's crazy. God forbid we could have got caught up in that. Not saying we had anything to do with it, but it's just like, it could have fell on us where it's like, y'all check these people in. Y'all know these people came in, but we did not check them in, and we had the evidence. They did the e-check-in. Now, let's go fast forward all the way back, right? Let's fast forward all the way back, because I forgot to tell y'all this. When Lee brought it to our attention that these people were overly, you know, charging shit to their room and just kind of raised eyebrows for him, when we checked it, it was that's what made Stacy really call up there, like, we finna figure this shit out. The account was under another person's name, like under Amanda something. Like, y'all black as hell. Amanda, like, fucking white. Like, come on now. It was under a whole another person's name, and she was a Diamond member. So when you're a Diamond member, baby, you top tier. You're up there. Like, you work hard for your point. So, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure this lady don't even know her motherfucking account getting hacked into, to the point we had to copy and paste her address and put it into Google, not thinking, trying to see if we could get a picture of her, knowing like we not gonna see shit from this lady, and the number, everything. So they hacked into her membership account. And I'm like, wow, like, but, and it's not like it don't happen. Like, it happen all the time. But they could have really gotten away with that shit. But being fucking greedy. Being greedy, overly eating. And it's like, y'all just spending shit just to spend it. So, no telling who cards y'all had, because they had multiple cards in the room. On top of y'all under this other person's name, y'all were full legit scammers. Y'all were full legit scammers. Like, that shit was crazy to fucking see. Because I'm from the hood, but I ain't never really seen no shit like that. Like, a bitch don't be in no trap house and all that, and just seeing what? That was so crazy for me. So, like I said, police had to collect everything. They had to get all that, the evidence. They had to come back the next day and do a police report. They had to look at the cameras. Like, it was a whole thing. It was an ongoing thing for a couple days. Like, you know what I'm saying? And again, my manager not there. She comes at her regular time that next day, Monday morning at 9. Not giving a fuck. Like, just like, bitch, I don't care. But that was just, it was horrifying for me. Like, cause I'm like, what the hell? Who knows if these guys had guns, if they could have, you know what I mean, pew pew, like, they could have did anything to us. But that was one of the horror stories that I experienced. I'm talking about off like early in working into the hospitality industry. And I just wanted to share that with y'all because I thought that was crazy. Like, and we never seen the guys again. And I was there for another year, so we never seen them. Nobody never claimed the bag. Of course, the police took the money counter and the credit cards and the list of names and addresses and all that shit that they were doing. And yeah, it was just like, oh my god. And I after that, I'm not gonna lie, even before that, when I first started, because my mom didn't want me to work there because I was doing night shifts, I didn't have a car, and she was just kind of like, I don't want you working there with no car and everything. You get off at 11, it's no fucking security, like, you really for yourself, for real, you know what I'm saying? I'm the only child, like, from my mom, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, mom was like, nah, I'm not feeling it. But I stuck it out, and God helped me, made it through. I seen a lot of shit at that hotel. That hotel prepared me for a lot of shit. And just coming into the hotel industry, that was a little scary for me. I was like, oh no, baby, I don't do stuff like this. I don't want no guns. And like I said, no telling what these guys had. And if they did have a gun, they wasn't gonna leave that shit behind, because fingerprints, they not that damn crazy, but they probably only took what they can take, because the money counter being so heavy, when they came in, they did have a like a push cart, you know, with their luggage and all that. So again, we're not thinking anything because people have luggage and shit, so they probably just tried to get up out of there. But it was very, like, that's scary. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what people be doing in these hotel rooms and all that, what people be have going on, what they be having on them. And like I say, I talk slick, but I play it safe, baby. I don't be doing all that rah 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 rah. Who take it all. I don't want to lose my life, so lose my life over this shit. It ain't worth it, you know. But that was one of my horror stories, y'all, working in the hotel industry. I'm definitely going to be dropping more, because it's so much shit that has happened in that hotel alone I can't share with y'all. So that was my first horror story, episode 1. I'm gonna be back with so many more, y'all. Like, I'm gonna be having y'all laughing. Like, this one was just like a little spooky, because it was like, what, y'all legit, like, y'all legit scammers, baby. Like, that's crazy. But if y'all like this story, if y'all like the content and everything I just gave y'all, if y'all enjoyed the story, if y'all want to hear more horror stories, please like, comment, subscribe. follow me here, subscribe my handle here at Diamond the Gym. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at shmoneyd_. And yeah, like I say, y'all already know what it is. It's Diamond the Gym, the biggest. Bye.